What's up, guys? This is Bull by the Fell-Handed. Today we have some guest footage from Midnight Joker 815. Now, my constant viewers, if you would like me to comment on your footage and put it on my channel, contact me through Bull by the Fell-Handed on Facebook. The link is below. Now, we are on Mountain Pass, Standard Battle. The Greens have taken the southeastern part of the board, and the Reds have taken the northwestern part of the board. We are in the E5 Tier 10 American Heavy Tank. Now, this is the most versatile medium tank in the game, also known as a heavy tank. Wow, heavy tank in the game, also known as a pocket medium. The reason being is it does a lot of things medium tanks do. It's got the speed, maneuverability, kind of. It's a very, very versatile tank, and that's kind of why a lot of people categorize it in that medium-like role. Now, the frontal armor, this tank is very tough frontally to deal with. The commander hatch, a very known weak spot, has been buffed in the update 2 updates ago, so it's extremely tough, very, very versatile tank. Even when this tank isn't buffed, it's still a force to be reckoned with. Now, that being said, this is a very, very strong game for this particular tank. We end up doing a lot of damage, we end up bouncing a lot of damage. Take a shot right there at the other E5. Didn't really connect with his commander's hatch like we'd like to. Now, guys, for those of you that are new to this game, new to the American heavy tank, traditionally American heavies do not have much of anything going on for the side armor, so you do not want to angle this tank as you typically do your German tanks. Granted, Russian tanks are a whole different matter. Most of your Russian tanks have pike nose, same with the Chinese. Moving on. There are 2 gentlemen down here we are putting some pressure on right now. They are hull down, we're kind of hull down, made a shot on the move there. Apparently it was a mistake, but that's fine. We've got a very, very quick reload with this gentleman, and we're going to put a round in him sooner or later. There we go. We ended up putting one in the side/front of his turret. We had to do a little wiggle action there. Don't want to make it too easy. He's either wiggling or saying no. At this point, I think he's saying no. The alpha on this particular vehicle isn't, it's not stellar. It's 400 a shot. The DPM more than makes up for it. It's got very, very solid DPM. We couldn't really turn our turret back in time to not get hit with that E50 shot right there, but that's fine. We put one in his turret, and now we're going on the rush here. Took another round from him. This gentleman just has enormous penetration, and it's kind of hard to really deal with that as far as bouncing some rounds, because your E50, your E50M, your Leopard, enormous penetration, and besides, when they're being approached by a heavy, anyone with sense would really load their premium ammunition, their gold rounds, their APC, or their heat, what have you. Moving on. As you can see on the map, you always want to have, good tactical awareness. You want to know what's going on at all times. And as you can see, the Reds have kind of snuck up behind us, caught us unaware, and now we are essentially making a counter-attack. They hit us from the rear, and now we're going to push back a little bit on them. Put a round in the side of the E5 there. If you'll remember earlier, I said, hey, American tanks, especially the E5, don't really have a lot of side armor going on. So we went ahead, put one in his side there, put one in his upper plate, or excuse me, his lower plate, which was perfect because of the way it was angled. He was really just giving it up for us, and that's fine. That's, we're okay with that. We're pulling up here into just a perfect position. Somehow we managed to bounce that round. Don't really understand that, but you know what? I don't have to. Now, essentially, we're just kind of waiting here. The gentleman beside me just got annihilated. We don't want, we're in a good position, but at the same time, we don't want to give up any shots. We're just going to kind of peek see what's going on, fire a round, and then back off. So we put a round in that gentleman down there. And, you know, we don't want to give up any shots. And, guys, that's the thing. I see a lot of guys who go out here and they start trading. You know, there's a time and a place for trading. You know, I would say, honestly, cap defense, that last-ditch cap defense effort, yes, drive your butt out there and take some rounds, do some damage, reset that cap. But, I don't know. Sometimes, you know, you have to trade whether you want to or not. So we're bouncing some good rounds here. Took a round from up on top of the hill there at their spawn, right there at B3. We are not a fan of that at all. Took a nasty hit, and for the most part, we're doing some good bouncing here. I mean, made a shot there at the commander's hatch of the E3. It's just not happening for us at all. So what do we do when we are not being effective in a given location? That's right, we move. Now, guys, you know, I see so many videos of people just going out there and they're not doing super hot in a given location and they just stay there the whole game. Guys, if you're not doing swell, just move. Please, pretty please for me. Just move, get out of there, try something else. Now, guys, you know, I was talking about the E5's gun. I will go over the gun a little bit. I don't like to bore my audience with a lot of details because I felt like I lose some of you on my weak spot guide videos with the very, very technical aspects. The standard round for this particular weapon, your armor piercing round, your standard AP round, is 258. Now, your standard damage for any of your rounds, minus of course high explosive, is 400. Yes, I know a lot of people are saying, the alpha's right up there with mediums. That's very true, but then again, it also has pretty outstanding DPM, just like your medium tanks. Granted, is an E100? No, it's not going to hit you for 750 a whack, but at the same time, it does have, you know, that DPM that is really just, that's kind of what brings it from a heavy tank to a medium tank. It just has excellent DPM, something a lot of heavies don't. And you know, it's just good overall. Okay, it's not good, it's okay overall. Think of Type 59 when you think of this tank. It's got the armor, speed, mobility, gun. It doesn't do any one of them, you know, very, very well, but it does all of them okay. So that's kind of what you need to think of. Now, moving on, we are backing back down the hill here. We are still very wary of the guys sitting at B3. We're kind of concerned. We took a round from a chief there. We're kind of on our last leg. We're very, very nervous. It's clutch time, and then all of a sudden, boom. Guy comes right around the corner here. We peek up, we put a shot at him, and then we get annihilated. So, I mean, and, you know, considering the stakes that was going on in the game, I mean, you know, we for one brief moment we really thought we could do some work, clutch the game. But you know what, guys, it happens. I mean, you're going to lose games. Everybody loses games. It's going to happen. Even some games you go out there with an amazing battle plan and it just doesn't work out for you, and that's fine. That is World of Tanks. That's how things work, unfortunately. And you know, you wouldn't want to win every single game because eventually it would get boring. Granted, of course, I think we could all deal with some better teammates all of the time. But at any rate, moving on, you know, as a player, we did fantastic. You know, we went out there, we made some things happen, we blocked a lot of damage, very, very effective armor on this particular vehicle. Can't say enough about it. You know, the turret is strong versus, you know, your E100. I was a big fan of that tank before. The problem is the armor is so flat on the turret, your TDs can typically go through it. If the TDs hit your turret on this, they would have to hit the commander's hatch there to kind of get up in it. 49.91, 32.20 blocked. We did amazing game there. Big ups to Midnight Joker 815. Thank you for the footage. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. Check the description box below for any information on any other YouTube channels you may be interested in. And guys, we'll see you next time.